must do is embrace the vision.
What's good, Vision Gang? You already know what it is, and if you didn't know, you better find out, because I am your boy DaVizion, and I'm back again with another MMA reaction. Today, I'm reacting to Sean Strickland's Efficient Striking. The Evolution is by Marshall Liam. Big shout out to Marshall Liam. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to that channel. The link to this video is down in the description. You can definitely subscribe from that link, so make sure you do that if you haven't already done so. I'm really hoping this video highlights Sean Strickland's career all the way from the beginning of his martial arts MMA career all the way to now being the UFC middleweight champion. I want to see how he progressed from year to year, from promotion to promotion, to becoming one of the best strikers in the MMA world. I'm really hoping this video can do that for me. But before we get started with this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be first to see the videos, and smash that like button. And let's go ahead and get this thing started, y'all.
Go down there and punch all in the face. Jesus Christ, you guys are being Allan.
Damn, he gave him dude hands, big hands.
Wow. And you don't want this guy's a champion. Do something about it. You don't want this guy's a champion. Do something about it then. Bro, do something about it. I will walk outside with you right now. Listen, bro, you're going to break a now. Calm down. I'll break your face. I'll break your face. I'll break my nail in your face. Man, Alex, get hey, mate. Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Big Strickland wants to fight. You know, if it wasn't UFC, I'd probably be cooking mess in a trailer in prison. So I'm going to be the best champion you've ever seen. Let's go.
Definitely one of the best trash talkers.
A professional fighter has to be a bit insane to willingly participate in a sport like MMA. But even amongst this rare breed of men, there are some individuals that go over the top, even by fighter standards. Today, we will take a closer look at one of the most outspoken personalities in MMA, Sean Strickland. In just a couple of interviews, you may decide that Strickland is a true psychopath.
The issue that I had, right, this the dongle, the valve doesn't work. So what you got to do, is you just got to reach it.
But more likely,
that's terrible.
Something very few people today can claim. His usual fighting style can't be further from his personality. As much as Tarzan loves to fight, he usually does it with calm, collected precision.
Yeah, with him, with the picture I saw of him with hair, do kind of remind you of a Tarzan.
Striking style, a style that is entirely built on top of his world-class jab. Love him or hate him, Sean Strickland is undoubtedly a personification of the word fighter, and is someone you cannot help but tune in to watch. Sean Strickland entered the UFC as a middleweight with a lot of hype, riding on an undefeated 13-fight win streak, of which only 2 came via a decision. We can safely say Sean lived up to the hype, as he needed less than 1 round to choke out Bubba McDaniel and start his UFC career with a bang.
And doing a pretty good job. Oh, now he's teeing off Bubba. Bubba's in trouble, essentially done. Bubba is in all sorts of trouble. 30 seconds.
Put him in that rear naked, it's over.
Beautiful job. 23 years of age. This is what we got.
But he was a young buck when he came in.
Man, I've been waiting 10 years to step foot in this cage. You guys, I can't express to you how amazed I feel. Thank you, Texas, for letting me come fight here. We can never let 13-year-olds fight, so of course you had to wait 10 years, my friend.
Strickland's second UFC bout was far from exhilarating, but he did show his solid fundamentals, which eventually carried him to the top
jab,
of the UFC.
man.
He used his crisp jab, precise low kicks, and well-timed head moves.
It just looks simple.
To win the nod from
He's keeping it simple.
Judges and a second UFC win. Despite his success at middleweight, Strickland decided to go down a weight class and squared off against Santiago Ponzinibbio in front of the always ecstatic crowd in Brazil. The bout quickly turned into a real fight, and both men landed some heavy leather under the roaring cheers.
Oh, look at this. He just
Wow, got him. Oh, I thought he had him. Thought he had him.
Big kick lands, at least partially, for Ponzinibbio.
Oh, okay.
Right hand. There it is again.
Sean managed to better use his range in the second, and still connected with a few tomahawks. Strickland's great jab was not enough to hold off the aggression of the Argentinian, and he had to come to terms with losing for the first time in his career.
Man, damn. That had to be tough.
Strickland was back on the preliminary card for his next fight, which he won in a dominating fashion against Igor Araujo. A cock kick from Sean started the trouble for Araujo, who managed to get back on his feet only to suffer a Strickland flurry that nearly ended the fight. He somehow managed to survive the round, but Sean always seemed only a shot away from delivering the KO. He seemed content to fight patiently and use his superior jab and distance management to pepper his opponent with punches and cruise to a landslide decision. The shorter Alex Garcia decided not to try and maneuver around Strickland's reach and shot for a takedown early on, only to find himself smothered on his back for most of the round. Even though he
getting bold, man, getting stolen.
And he's able to reverse positions and get on top.
Oh, okay. Okay, he was landing them things.
In the second was to wing overhands as hard as he could, in contrast to Strickland.
That's too wild.
Technical striking.
Yeah, I mean, you swinging wild like that, man.
Strickland found himself on the mat yet again in the third.
That makes sense. Go for the takedown.
Striking range, his volume proved too much for the fading Garcia.
And there it is, and easily defended by Sean Strickland. Goes right back to working that jab. Garcia may be hurt here. Looks a little wobbly on those legs, and he is. Sean Strickland now searching for the finish. Garcia's hurt bad. Strickland, Sean Strickland with a massive KO.
Here with your winner, Sean Strickland. Congratulations, 6 days shy of your 25th birthday, your most complete performance inside the octagon. How you feeling about your performance tonight, man?
Man, every day I get in this cage, I feel better. Training feels better. The crowd was great. This feels like my home. I love it. The crowd fires me up. I want to go again.
After an uneventful fight against Tom Breeze, where he utilized a strong jab to win a split,
man, they look alike.
He would face future welterweight king Kamaru Usman. In his own words, Strickland remembers having no chance against the Nigerian. In his typical fashion, Kamaru plowed through Strickland and utilized his otherworldly wrestling to win a unanimous.
So he went down to welterweight and started getting his ass
crisp,
whooped.
long punches and precise distance control against Court McGee.
Did he win this one at least?
Got fired up late in the third, but Sean couldn't get the finish.
Damn.
The result was initially declared a draw, but after a mistake in the calculations was found, it was turned into a split decision win for Strickland.
Oh, okay, he came back and won.
The
Okay.
third professional loss came against Elitzeyu Zaleski dos Santos. The lifelong capoeira practitioner launched an incredible time spinning heel kick that almost completely shut off Sean, while the kick did not finish the job.
Those hands
More
did.
punches sealed the deal just a few moments later.
Okay, the evolution. Let's see him get great. Let's see this man become great.
A strong impression in his final fight of his contract, and he did just that against Nordine Taleb. In the opening stanza, Strickland answered with a straight punch to every Taleb low kick. The game continued until he dropped him with a heavy overhand.
Good try-style fight.
He just one to him. Boom, boom.
Right from Strickland.
Sean entered into Tarzan mode and left his usual calculated punching in favor of more powerful punches. But he still kept his distance control despite the seemingly reckless punching. A few more sharp rights, and Taleb was on the ground and on his back, on the receiving end of a deadly barrage.
Yeah. It's always ugly.
Just like that, leaving right direct shot here. Another one, and Strickland goes down.
Okay.
And that's it.
TKO, Sean Tarzan Strickland.
Do they still call him Tarzan? Because I honestly didn't even know he was called Tarzan until this video. I mean, I just watched a whole video on the other day and no mention of Tarzan, unless I just got selective hearing. I did not hear that. So yeah, let me know. Someone let me know, like, when was he using his name?
No, really what it was, this was my last fight of my contract, like the other guy said. So I knew I had to kind of stack up a little bit and step in and hit. I see my lifetime of work going out the window, so that was my adjustment.
In his return from a nasty incident that kept him away from the octagon for 2 years.
That was that accident, the motorcycle accident.
Despite being buried halfway on the prelims. Once again, back at middleweight,
he went back to middleweight.
Further polished skill of keeping his opponents right on the end of his punches.
It might be better for him. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, but to me, sometimes fighting at your natural weight, like your natural weight that your body just naturally likes to be at, it would be a lot easier than dropping weight to go down, because I feel like when you're dropping weight, unless you train just absolutely perfect, you're probably going to lose a little strength, and that could be something that makes you special at one weight, and then you losing that to drop down to another weight class, which they might even be more skilled in that lower weight class, and you no longer really have that power advantage because you lost your power trying to lose weight. Someone just let me know. I could be wrong, but it just seems like cutting weight too much or too often you can have bad consequences. And it's probably like a specific science to cutting weight to make sure you don't lose your muscle mass and don't lose that fast twitch in your muscles. But I just feel like it's inevitable. I mean, at one point in my life, I had lost a bunch of weight. I used to be about 260 pounds. Now I'm around 215-ish, and I definitely lost a lot of strength. I've gained it back through lifting and stuff, but I definitely, during that initial weight cutting, when I was just doing cardio and not really doing a lot of muscle building, I felt weak, really weak. So someone let me know down below how y'all think about that situation.
Strickland, heavy right hand, and then once again, 18. So here he is 2 years later to the week. The dust settled. It was a knee injury. Doctor said attack from...
Jack Marshman defended most of those punches with his face, but kept fighting nonetheless.
Strickland, friends razz each other from time to time.
And as we saw, he was on his feet halfway through the round.
Strickland with another 1-2.
A few dozen punches later, Strickland turned up his smack-talking game, clearly audible in the silence of the apex.
Destruction there.
You know, that's the beauty of no crowd.
Right.
In which Strickland showcased his inimitable sense of humor and basic but very effective striking
And
style.
Come on, Jack, we're fighting for this.
he's 1-2, and that's all he's doing. It's the only
Landing the bigger shots.
To Marshman's
but it's
credit,
working,
he
man.
did try to get the KO until the very end.
Dude can't break he can't break that defense. He can't break through. He can't even land a hit.
Just can't fall.
He's getting tore up and tagged.
I hit Nadine with half of what I hit you with.
They don't fall like that, Brendan. Oh, he
Man,
nearly did there, though.
he just tearing dude face up,
You
man.
keep fucking not going down. Okay, Jack.
Head
I knew you
strike.
seen it coming.
Oh
Oh,
man, goes up with a kick.
1 minute. You got 1 minute to get the knockout.
I'll give you a chance to win. Just go hard.
I told you.
Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack.
Big Strickland wants to
he is
fight.
just talking big time. With no crowd, this is hilarious.
Jack, why
He
is your
took-
head made of steel?
He talked more shit in this fight than he probably did in the press conference.
You mad, bro? You came at me and you kept following up.
Sean Tarzan Strickland.
I know I joke about me dropping out of high school and like this is all I do, but whenever I first had my accident, I had a lot of doctors. Every doctor I spoke to was telling me that, hey, you can fight for sure, but you probably shouldn't fight. So the hardest thing was
Wow.
kind of telling these
Tore
doctors to
stuff
shut
up.
up. Like, you don't know what I can or can't do. Oh yeah, no, I mean, it was coming down. I mean, I remember waking up, going into surgery off my bike, having the surgeon, like, I started crying. Not crying because, like, I wasn't crying because of pain or anything, or anything. I was crying because when you're hearing a surgeon saying, hey, you're in a motorcycle accident, I just seen, like, my dreams just drift away. That was one of the hardest things. And after 12 weeks, you know, you start building yourself back up. You'll be good in 6 months, and you talk to a doctor, and they're like, whoa, hey, you're still missing part of your kneecap. You still have a complete tear in your quad. And they start telling you all these things, and you're like, well, you can get it fixed, but you'll be out for a minimum of another 2 years. Like, no, I can't afford to be out for another 2 years. Like, humans are capable of so much, and the problem is we let so many people tell us what we can and cannot do. Man, you could do anything. You just got to man up or warm it up and do it, you know? You can do anything.
Okay,
Sean
feel you.
kept
I
the
feel that. I like
after
that.
his stellar performance and returned to the octagon less than a month later to face Brendan Allan in a catchweight bout. The two men seemed evenly matched, but we saw how Strickland began to put more weight behind his punches, while still moving away from danger almost every time he landed a single strike or combination. The long jab continued to set up the right, and despite some good moments from Allan, the volume and damage piled up until Allan just couldn't take any more.
Man, he tearing dude up. What?
Nice combos from Sean, though. Look at that.
Oh, man.
That got his attention, though. That
That 1-2, man.
Strickland 1-2 on that one, Allan. Strickland trying to end it. It does. Sean Strickland. Wow.
The new and improved Strickland was once again on display against Jotaro. Despite still not putting everything behind his punches, Strickland's power was very evident, and he was unloading the hardest shots.
He got the power of being evident. I feel like that's part of him being back at a natural weight.
Evasiveness after each thrown attack, the tactic right out of boxing textbooks. In the second, he continued using his trusty 1-2 and head movement, while adding a nice kick here and there to edge further away on the scorecards. Strickland kept his stoic look and played to his strengths en route to his 4th win in a row.
Elbow stays where it is against his body. I'm sure I'll hear about it later.
Oh, out from the referee that catches your attention.
That's true. We're not in a gym. Luckily, we don't have a crowd.
We'll have to get you one.
Thanks.
I know 30 seconds of this one, and now they're
Oh, there
flying
you
to
go.
me.
It's a dominating fight for Sean. Good performance. Back some good shots when he had to, but tonight was another good in these closing seconds. But unfortunately,
Right there for the counter shot all the way. One final spinning attempt from Jotaro. Tarzan Strickland.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm a little
He just be tearing everybody up with that 1-2.
That's kind of embarrassing, but whatever. You know, man, it's just like the way he fights, it's so hard to connect, and I'm not really necessarily a guy that comes forward. I like to kind of be in the phone booth, and just the way he was backing up, man, it made it way too hard to put some hands on him. Oh, I mean, he raised his hand. I told him he lost. Yeah, he's a good guy, dude, and I know I could be a and I have any man that shares the octagon with me, win or lose, I respect. You know, and sometimes I can come out like an arrogant but he has all my respect. You know, man, I just love being a UFC fighter. Like, every day I wake up and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Dana White. I'm grateful for the fans. So it doesn't matter who it is. As long as I'm in that octagon, man, I'm happy. I don't care.
The Jotaro win earned Sean his first main event spot against veteran Uriah Hall. Tarzan quickly set the pace with his slick jab and put Hall on the back foot. Hall, a deadly striker in his own right, looked to counter the jab on every occasion.
80% of them have been his jab.
Hall definitely has the advantage in knockout power.
I mean, Strickland, yeah, he's got him all backing up.
Yeah, Sean got him on his heels.
Fights here in Vegas. By Uriah Hall.
Oh.
Hall landed some leather in the second, but was quickly put in his place by a couple of combinations. Jab after jab, Strickland was winning the fight.
Going forward, the spinning attacks and things like that.
He just keep it simple. There's nothing he's doing. Oh, there's nothing that Sean does that's like, oh my God, nobody, like, you had to be a special athlete to do this. No, he's just a skilled boxer.
But he did manage to see the end of the third.
Shots posturing up.
By now, you might have noticed that Strickland's jabs do not return straight back to his face. But the timing, speed, and distance he throws them with leaves Hall and all the other opponents unable to meaningfully counter. In the fourth, Strickland even hurt Hall with a piston jab, but the former tough winner survived again.
Goes in for a takedown. Big knee.
In the last round, Hall tried to stage a comeback, but Sean's subtle head and shoulder movements kept him from harm. Undeterred, Strickland stuck to the basics and marched forward with punishing combinations to win a lopsided decision.
There's swelling on that left eye of Uriah Hall as well. Wonder how...
Oh, nice right hand.
His first headliner in the UFC.
That was the first, like, that was the first flashy move I've seen him do when he did that spinning. I think it's a back fist.
Sean Tarzan Strickland.
Pretty dominant performance out there tonight. I mean, you won every round, so what's the feel like right now?
I mean, I feel like I need to learn how to hit harder. Kind of hit like a pansy, you know, it kind of sucks. They're like, you know, you won the middleweight striking record. Like, what does that mean? I just can't hit that hard. Dude, I think after I'm done fighting, I'm going to go on a shroom journey. Everybody swears by shrooms now. My pad man, he's always trying to take me on a shroom journey. So maybe after I'm done fighting, you know, I don't know if I'll go meth, maybe acid or something. But here's the thing, dude. If you're not,
I don't know if I'll go meth, maybe acid or something.
Enjoy life. But if you're a guy who has addictive personality, you know, you watch too much porn, whatever you have to do, stay away from drugs, you guys. It's gonna f your life up.
Is that your problem? Too much porn?
Oh yeah, I mean, are you kidding me? I'm a man in the UFC. That's everyone's problem. You guys gotta jerk off. Like I don't know if you're having sex on the regular, but like, you gotta jerk off once or twice a day, man. If you don't use it, you lose it. I'm also left-handed, so that's why my jab's so good.
Strickland is famous for calling
This is funny as hell.
a coward sport, but this does not stop him from training it and improving his takedown defense, which cost him 2 of his 3 losses by this point. In the fight against prolific wrestler Jack Hermansson, Sean was his calm self in the very beginning and took his time establishing the jab while defending the takedown attempts. Hermansson was forced to engage in the stand-up, where he was not suffering significant damage up until the very end of the 2nd round.
Not afraid to stand and exchange. That's what he's doing. And Strickland's using that double jab.
Well, stepping back, lowering his hip.
Liver, nice liver shot.
He had his number. He was picking him apart.
A minute to go, round 2. 5 seconds around number 2. Oh,
No.
right from Strickland.
He didn't really connect a lot right there, though.
Popping the Joker's face with the same straight shots that were landing all night long.
I think dude failed to try to avoid the punch.
Out of range to be hit.
Jack's gonna go again though. He backs him up like that.
Trying to counter. Once again.
Essentially winning this fight with a jab. Hey.
First 3 rounds with the jab. And again, that first round was close.
But this was never going to be how Jack Hermansson wins this fight.
Hermansson pushed the pedal in the 4th, but Sean's answer was more jabs and right straights to the face.
Moving just slightly out of the way. Cardio because he's always fighting.
Skilled opponent. I'd like to see him now. You've got the measure. In the fight. Let's put a little sting on it now. Let's see some nastiness. Let's go for the finish. That's without question. And that's impressive against Hermansson.
Yeah. I'll tell you, there's no value there, but I don't have Bisping money.
Be a safe bet, I think.
Strickland has eclipsed the 100 mark. That's about it. Nose, you know. Go down on feet. Use his jab.
In the world. Come on. Now Sean wants to throw it down.
There we go.
The split decision win inched Strickland closer to a potential title shot. Sean was supposed to be the big step up in competition for Alex Pereira, who was on the fast track to an epic showdown with his former kickboxing rival and UFC champion.
The hell is he got on his neck?
We all expected fireworks on the feet, but Strickland took the danger a bit too lightly, to say it modestly. Sean started the fight on the front foot, pushing the pace and trying to establish the jab. But his big mistake, which sparked the creation of more than a few memes, was calmly walking towards one of the deadliest strikers on the planet with his hands at his chest. The expected happened, and Pereira landed a touch of death left hook and a quick right hand for the heavy KO.
Well, that sucks. You never want to be someone's highlight, but that's the game we play. You know, I tried to stand bang with one of the best kickboxers. During the round, I kept thinking, man, this is going to be an easy fight. I see everything this guy's throwing. I'm getting the better of the exchanges. I'm going to beat this guy up for 3 rounds. And then halfway through, I got caught. So hats off to Allan. He's a killer. And fans, thanks for supporting me.
That's a super famous knockout, man. That does suck to be on the end of receiving end of something like that.
Drop after the Pereira loss, and he shared the octagon with recent middleweight title challenger Jared Cannonier. The fight started technical and mostly stayed this way the entire time. Sean used his usual pressure and even mixed in some grappling while Jared was a bit more efficient on the feet. The pace in the second remained steady, with Sean setting in behind his jab and starting to land his trademark 1-2s, one of which stung Cannonier, who in turn landed a solid right.
Pad, shin pad. Big right from Cannonier.
In the 3rd and 4th, the situation was similar, with Strickland landing more volume, while Cannonier's power shots drew a bigger reaction out of him.
Sean is just, it seems like he's just accurate. Like, Sean is going to throw his punches and he's going to land a lot of the punches he's throwing. But like I said earlier, like, his fights go long, even though he lands a lot of punches. He's not the hardest hitter. He's not like Alex that just knocks you out when he touches you.
Totals were close, with the only visible damage being Sean's bloody nose. In the end, there was not a single round all three judges saw the same, which shows how even the match was.
Ooh.
There it is, Dom, that hook. Whoa! Now a big left.
Saw Dober has to do perspective that you may not see. Excuse me, when you go conventional, the right.
Ooh, nice. Double jab.
Towards the end of the week. Just wanting to see that there. Nice. There's a nice 1-2 for Cannonier. Cannonier's gonna have to eat it.
Hey, they going at it. I like this.
Cannonier's still loading up.
Kick out of Strickland.
Sometimes I like it when they mix it up a little more than just strictly hands. I want to see some kicks and knees and bows, man.
For your winner by split decision, Jared, the Killer Gorilla Cannonier.
So, what happened to him? He beat Sean Strickland. Did he end up losing his next match or something? How did Sean Strickland get just catapulted into the title shot? I guess this video is gonna explain that. I'm just confused on that notion right there.
Sean managed to get back into the win column and wash the sour taste of losing off less than a month later.
Less than a month?
Imaev was originally slated to face Kelvin Gastelum, but instead fought Strickland, who came in on 4 days' notice.
4 days' notice.
205 pounds instead of middleweight.
How did this fight come about then? I mean, have you been itching to get back in there because of this, or did they come to you?
God, no. I was currently planning a snowboarding trip, and then Mick calls me. I'm like, oh, Mick is gonna ask me to do something I don't want to do. We'll pay you a decent amount of money. And I said, well, God damn it, I'm Huckleberry. Let's go fight him. I'm not gonna try to say that name, man. Let's just call him the Frenchie.
The Frenchie.
And if we learned anything about the French, what are the French best at? Giving up. So.
Have you ever considered a job as a stand-up comedian at some point in your career?
No, man. I don't know. I look at people and I just like to make fun of you guys. I can't help it, you know?
This time, Sean corrected his mistake from the Cannonier fight and started the fight with urgency and aggression. He immediately asserted his style of boxing and started putting together 1-2s. In addition to his crisp boxing and a jab-heavy approach, Sean mixed in a healthy dose of kicks to keep Imaev at a distance.
Oh! But it is effective. See, like all this weird head movement. He's got to be careful, though.
Oh, good timing.
How about that?
Beautiful timing. Coming on these combinations from Imaev. Oh, starting to look for some of these bigger shots.
Third instead of wait. Ooh, got Strickland on that one. Hurt him. Is that an elbow that got through there?
Oh. Ooh, oh. Heavy action, explosive. These two just stand right in the center.
What we practice too often. Unless you're Strickland.
Fourth main event, all come in the last 2 years or so.
Just 1-2 on him, man.
Rounds, but Strickland completely took over in the fourth, piecing up his younger opponent with jabs and crosses. The Frenchman showed determination in his first main event and landed some good elbows in the final round, but it was not enough, and all three judges scored the bout in favor of Sean.
I do not do a podcast, UFC event. I don't do anything without using alcohol. Oh, that.
Oh. Still firing combinations. Strickland letting it all hang out.
Oh.
Final seconds.
Yeah, that was sloppy. That ending right there. Tired, fatigued, but he got it done. Got the job done.
A mysterious opponent called Abus Magomedov, who faced Strickland at UFC Vegas 76.
Abus Magomedov.
His UFC debut lasted only 19 seconds and was considered a very dangerous opponent despite being unranked. Magomedov started quickly with an offensive barrage of kicks before an eye poke in the opening 30 seconds slowed the action right back down. When the action resumed, Magomedov was tearing up Sean's lead leg, and was having success with powerful hooks.
Oh. So far, but and the head kick that gets you. All right, buddy. Kick the entire time.
But once the bell for the second round rang, it was a different story. Strickland plodded forward and started landing heavy shots and backed up Magov into the fence, where he completely brutalized him.
Oh, yeah.
Nice combination. Going to a shell. Just allow shoulder to tee off.
He's brutalizing his ass. 1-2. Hey. Okay. He threw an uppercut that time. There we go. There's an uppercut attempt. More than just a 1-2. Yeah, he tearing his face up. That head is getting beat.
It's done. It's over. Continuing to hammer away. Beautiful performance. That's his best performance yet. Absolutely.
Sean Strickland! Hey, the UFC is the one that pays me. But without you guys, I want to get a check. And they paid me really good for this fight. And that's because of you fucking guys, so thank you. The moment my brain clicked and I was like, oh man, this guy can't box. And the beat just came nose to nose and, you know, put it in a phone booth and do the man dance. But, and that's where it is, well-rounded, man. I twin and train with Alex. I train with undefeated boxers. You know, I can fight anywhere. And if you're better than me somewhere, I'll take the fight somewhere else.
I've heard you say it.
That's why you gotta know more than one discipline.
You hate fighting, but the way you fight with something else. Where do you fight from?
You see people go through their life and it's boring, it sucks. Every day they wake up in routine, they go to the job, they sit by the pool, they grab a beer, they drink, and they're just waiting to die. I love what I do. It's scary, it sucks, man, but you're in there and it's like, it's meaningful. It's the only kind of meaning that we have in our life. It's real. Guys get hurt, guys can bleed. Like, it's something so primitive that, like, as much as I hate being in there and I think it shortens my life because the mental mindset, man, like, it is the only time I feel like I'm alive. It's the only time that I feel like I'm just not waiting to die when I'm in there fighting. And even though I hate it, it gives me purpose.
Critics, analysts say that you're not a finisher, you don't finish fights. How good it feel to go out there and finish this guy?
You guys, I don't hit hard, man. I'll be the first one to tell you, man. I don't hit hard. But I hit a lot. I hit a lot. The best thing about him is I didn't have to finish him. He just wanted to go home. So thank you for not having me to. Thank you for not relying on the knockout. So every time they've tried to bring new blood, the Frenchie I fought before, I sent him home. This guy, I sent him back. Every time they try to bring new blood in, I send him back. Give me the title I earned.
In the strange world of MMA, favorable circumstances can create some peculiar matchups. And after 2 wins against unranked opponents, Sean Strickland will challenge for the middleweight title, which promises to be wildly entertaining regardless of the result. Sean Strickland is known for his interviews as much as he is for his fighting. Where others might say the correct thing, Sean says exactly what is on his mind, and this rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but we are thankful for it. And if you are not a fan of his honest interviews, you can just enjoy and appreciate his head-up boxing one-on-one style of using the jab to set up the right, executed at the highest level of MMA.
Alright, y'all, that was Sean Strickland's efficient striking, the evolution. This video was done by MMA Liam. So again, shout out to MMA Liam. The video was very well put together. It was a really good, they showed a lot of highlights. It showed a lot of highlights. I got to see how Sean fights, and that was valuable to me. I got to see that 1-2 he relies on. I say he can mix it up. He can throw a few kicks. He can throw a couple knees and elbows, but mostly he's just simple, slow pace. He's gonna 1-2 you. He's gonna just simple boxing, and he's winning. It's a winning formula, and I fucks with that. I really like that. Yeah, I'm really starting to become a fan of Sean. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos, y'all. I'm really enjoying learning about these great UFC athletes. I hope you guys, if you are enjoying the video, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit my notification bell to be first to see the videos, and make sure you smash that like button, you guys. Sean Strickland versus Dricus Du Plessis is coming up real soon, and I'm excited because I'm about to order this pay-per-view. I'm finna watch it and just enjoy it. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it at home with your friends and family as well. Before we get out of here, make sure you guys always give it your all whatever you do. Be safe out there. Stay warm if you up in the Midwest. If you're not down to where it's warm, make sure you guys stay warm. It's cold as hell outside, y'all. And I'm gonna see y'all next time. See you tomorrow with some Dricus Du Plessis highlights, and we out. Peace.